Ooh, I gotta turn that sound down. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Late Night Show with Dr. Kojo. I'm your boy, Kojo Sarfo, checking in from Texas, the heart of Texas, on what was a pretty sunny day out here. It's a beautiful day. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. And here's a little bit about me. If you're new to this stream, my name is Kojo. I post about mental health, comedy, and education. Feel free to stick around, which is my way of saying I hope you stick around. Use the comment section to let me know where you all are checking in from. And if I have not seen you here before, I hope you stay. If I've seen you here before, I'm happy that you are back. Come on through. Let's get going. We're going to be talking about unmasking today. Unmasking. I'm excited to get into it. Trish, what's going on? How we living tonight? S. Pitt, what's going on? Quinana from Oregon, how you doing? Emily, what's up? Did I get my horse from the hospital? Horse. What do you mean my horse? Baltimore, Maryland. Okay. Washington in the house. West Virginia. It's been a while. Emily, it has been a while. I'm happy to be back. We were streaming yesterday, though. We streamed yesterday, but it was a late stream. So a lot of y'all probably missed it. But yesterday was a Find Your Love stream. We were actually doing some matchmaking. Yesterday. So go back and watch yesterday's live stream, and we will bring that segment back. We have to, because there's a lot of single folks out here on my Facebook, on my YouTube, on my LinkedIn, and your person could be out here somewhere. So you gotta keep it going. Florida in the house. Southern California in the house, Florida in the house. Once again, Lacey, I appreciate you. You are amazing as well. Austin, how you doing? DC in the house. Last night was crazy and amazing and intense. I feel you on that. James, hey, I appreciate you, my guy. Can I talk today or what? Canada in the house. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. You go back and check it out. I appreciate you. Yeah, my guy Kobe. A lot of the women were hitting on Kobe. If you're a guy and you follow me, there's a lot of women on this platform. Your future wife could be on here. I don't know. You tell me. You got to come through. Myra, what's going on? We got Arizona in the house. Arizona, stand up. Lacey, your videos have helped my mom understand my ADHD. Lacey, these comments mean the world to me. I really appreciate you. And I'm happy that your mom is making an effort to understand your ADHD. So you got to give her some credit. Good job, Mom. Good job. Tennessee. Oh, future wifey? Is that so? Okay, you got me to stutter, so I don't know. Future wifey. What's up, Catherine? How you doing? Montreal in the house. Canada in the house. Redneck. I'm very blessed to have found my future wife. Oh, where'd you find your future wife at? I'm just curious, and I'm nosy. I'm curious. Your videos help me go get diagnosed. Jessica, I love seeing this comment as well. And at one point, I was also undiagnosed, and my life was all over the place. And I had a conversation with a friend of mine which changed my life. So to be able to make videos to help change your lives is definitely my pleasure. And I don't work at Chick-fil-A, so it's truly my pleasure. Emily from Central Iowa. I think you've mentioned it once or twice, but I'm not sure if I really locked it in. But now I know, Central Iowa. Kimberly's having a rough night. Glad to see you live. Kimberly, I'm happy that you are here. I appreciate you. James from yesterday. So I'm not sure if y'all caught this, but James and I were talking back and forth, about a little bit of, some relationship issues. But James, I'm telling you, a lot of people care about you, and I am one of them, all right? So I want you to believe in yourself. Do not contact that woman. We're not going to talk about her, right? We wish her the best, but we're going to focus on ourselves. James, you got Austin, thank you so much. This is my book. If y'all don't have my book, my book's Feeling Good. I appreciate all the support. And Lacey says, your mom, so her mom was an older psych nurse who still thought ADD and ADHD were different, and she gets it now thanks to you. I appreciate that. ADD and ADHD is the same thing, just semantics, pretty much. L Waters, happy to see you. Leonore, yes, we just started. We just started this live stream. Anytime we start the live stream, it's pretty much like a group chat. I want everybody to come on in, make yourself a home, take off your shoes, get you some water, get comfortable. Get comfortable. Everybody drops their location in the chat if you're comfortable with doing that. If you don't want to say Missouri, you can say I'm from the Midwest, whatever the case may be. But we get acclimated, we get to learn each other, we get to know what's going on. And then we get into the topic for the night. 4 ways to unmask. Your videos made Angel, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh, a mutual friend set you up. Okay, congrats. My friends, I don't let my friends set me up because it never works out. One time, I give my homeboy Sam credit, but this is back like years ago. He helped me get my first girlfriend. So, Kofi, out there in Canada, I appreciate you, my guy. And look, Austin, I don't know why the notification thing is not working. If anybody is an IT person on here, look, I know that I have a huge neurodivergent following. Somebody in here has to be good when it comes to IT and this type of stuff. So if you know why my notifications don't go out to everybody, please let me know. I would love to learn. Christy, I'm happy you're here as well. As Pitt said, selfish. Oh, I'm a big believer in being selfish when it comes to boundaries. I'm a big believer in being selfish. Ever since I watched your live streams last year, a lot has happened in my life for the better. That's why I haven't been joining as much. Emily, let me say this here. So as much as I love attention, and as much as I love people coming onto my platform to interact with me, and like, I'm not gonna lie, I love all of that. What I want more for you is for you to get your life back on track. So if you're able to watch my content and it gets you to the point where you're doing things, your life is back on track, you're thriving, you went from surviving to doing a little bit better to thriving, and you don't have time to be on my live stream, you don't have time to watch my content, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a goal. At some point, maybe you'll come back and say hi, but I want you all to live a life that you're proud of. So, Emily, this is a goal. Do not apologize for not in my last room. I'm happy for you. Goal. California in the house. Virginia in the house. Austin. Missouri. Raina from Oregon. Utah in the house. California again in the house. It's working. Tina, did you get the notification or no? Denver, Colorado. I keep trying to figure out if I have ADD or ADHD. Some of the stuff seems to relate to me, but some doesn't. I don't know. Myra, there's only one way to find out. But for people who have, who self-diagnose until they can get an official diagnosis, I do believe that is valid. I always say, if you can get the official diagnosis, I do prefer that, right? But there's nothing wrong with identifying with a condition if you feel like it best explains the majority of your symptoms and your behaviors. Hey, I think I might have ADHD and maybe autism, but I don't know how to tell my parents, so we can find out for sure. Finn, you can send one of my videos and say, hey, I followed this guy on YouTube. He's a very handsome doctor, and he posts content about ADHD and autism. And I think I might exhibit some of the symptoms that he talks about in his videos, and see what your parents say. All right. Try and joke with them, kind of like you're saying a joke, but you actually mean it. Because your parents are going to be the ones who can, especially when you're not 18, right? You're going to lean on your parents a lot. I appreciate you, Kate. I haven't been diagnosed. Hey, there's a lot of validity in self-diagnosis. We still want to get the official diagnosis right. Hey, I haven't seen your live since your Hive incident. The movie Hitch. I'm trying to figure out what incident it was. I've had a lot of incidents. My life is full of awkward moments, and I'm okay with that. Let me see what TikTok is talking about. Okay, we got a couple of folks on TikTok. Jess on TikTok is asking what's the difference between ADD and ADHD. It's the same thing. The ADD is outdated term. We use ADHD now. It's not the best name for it. Emily joined. Emily. Okay, hold up. So we are talking about unmasking tonight, but let's go ahead and give Emily the first love of the show. I remember when Emily hopped on here and she was bouncing back from a tough relationship that didn't work out. Now she's joined a band. She's playing music. She moved out on her own. Has a beautiful apartment. Emily, I ain't got the words. Love of the show. Love of the show to Emily. Love of the show to Emily. Dakota, welcome. You enjoy. I hope you stay. Missouri. Okay. All right. I got it right. Kansas City. It may be how your followers have their notifications set. Can you tell me how to have my notification? How should people have their notifications on? Your ADHD and BPD have similarities that could be confused. Yeah, but you can say that for most mental health conditions. My son is nonverbal and has autism. Love your content. Shelly, I appreciate you. I have made an intentional effort to learn more about the autism community and the whole neurodivergent community. I've made an intentional effort. And as I'm picking up more knowledge and I'm getting these infinity stones, I hope to bring it back to you all on the internet. Emily, it's all good. It's okay to cry. It's all good to cry. And Kate says complimenting yourself. I love it. Yeah, Kate, I'm gonna compliment myself anytime I can. And I want you all to do the same. This is not supposed to be the Kojo show. Of course, it's not Kojo, but it's not supposed to be me, hyping no, I am hyping myself up so you all can hype yourself up. Emily just had a big win. We have to celebrate that. She bounced back from a breakup. I want people like James. James, if you're watching right now, I want you to look at Emily's story. She was exactly where you were. Tough breakup, feeling like your life is over. Like when you love somebody, you've been with them for so long, it's hard to create a new life for yourself. James, Emily was right there, exactly where you were. And guess what? She's in a much better position now. Own place, own apartment, in a band. She's thriving. James, it's possible. It is possible. It is possible. Kay says I was in dental school, left at the end of the third year because of health. Look, anything you have to do for your mental health, do not feel ashamed for it. Do not feel ashamed for it. Feel ashamed for it. All right, okay. And I do want to say I got on this stream late, what is it? 10:17 Central Time, 11:17 Eastern Time, 8 o'clock in California. I got on much later than I wanted to be on, so I do apologize for that. We will work on timeliness. We will get better at that, and I guarantee that. Hold me accountable, y'all. Hold me accountable. Jess says, how does ADHD affect relationships with partners? Any tips? Ooh, Jess, Mickey Ficky, we will talk about that, but I want anybody who has ADHD or anybody who's autistic, if you're not in a relationship, practice being your most authentic self. Figure out what you need, how to speak up for yourself. And when you get with somebody, that will help to simplify a lot of the problem, a lot of the situation, right? You know what you need. You can speak up for yourself. You let them know early in the relationship. Let them know early. And Kate on TikTok, yes, please hold me accountable. Emily says, I honestly was, and it was really hard to come back from it. But with the support of people I could trust and knew cared, I really bounced back and have my life back on track now. I love to see that. I love to see that. Your homework. All right, okay. So let me. Authenticity is important. People can smell it off of you, right? So and look, we're talking about unmasking tonight. Somebody on TikTok said authenticity is important. It is. But before I drop it in the first tip on how to unmask, let's talk about authenticity for a second. All right. I'm going to make up a scenario. All right. I'm probably going to go to left field, but it's all good. I can be an outfielder. So check this out. Let's say you were somebody who was late diagnosed ADHD or autism, okay? And you have a lot of friends. You have been the life of the party for as long as you can remember. People like you, people want to be around you, people enjoy your presence. And as you understand more about yourself and your diagnosis, you start to realize that you have things about yourself that you need to work on, and you want to become closer to the version of yourself that you really are, right? As you start to learn more about yourself, and as you start to take notes about who am I when the camera's not rolling? Who am I when I'm by myself? Who am I when nobody's watching? Who am I when I'm the most happy? As you start to learn yourself, you have this deep burning desire to be as authentic as possible. But here's the thing with masking. If the majority of the friends that you have made, if the lifestyle that you have created for yourself was built on this foundation that was not truly who you are, then as you unmask, we have to prepare for a whole new life. This can be very isolating. It can be very difficult. It's much harder than people, make it out to be. I don't hear enough people talking about how difficult unmasking can be. It's you literally starting over at 22, at 32, at 42, at 55. It's really difficult. You have to be kind to yourself. I always say it, and people think it's cliche, like, oh, be kind to yourself. No, I'm serious. You have to be kind to yourself if you want to become closer to yourself, if you want to figure out who you are. If you're unmasking, you've got to be kind to yourself. We're going to go into the 4 ways to unmask, but I mean that. I can't stress it enough. I cannot stress it enough. You have got to be kind to yourself. Looking on TikTok, Kate says you should go live with some of your followers. Kate, I went live with some of my followers yesterday on Facebook. Kate, would you like to come on? I'll bring you on if you want to come on. Let me know, Kate. I'll give you my email, and then we will bring you on. We will bring you on. All right. Oh, Felicia, first live. I hope you enjoy here. I hope you enjoy here. You have reminded me that I'm worth something, even with bipolar disorder, and as much as my brain tells me to end things. Estef, I'm happy I caught this comment. You have bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder does not have you. Okay, keep that in mind. You can manage this condition. This condition is not going to run your life and make you feel like you have no control. You got this. All right. A lot of people care about you, and I'm one of them. But there's a lot more people that care about you outside of me. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Espit says the ability or tendency to mask is the biggest reason people that are ADHD, especially women, end up getting misdiagnosed BPD. Oh, you can say it to some degree. You can say that. The better you are at masking, the harder it is for you to get help, right? So that's something that you got to keep in mind. Please explain masking. Jess, actually, before I drop in the 4 ways to unmask, I need to explain masking. But let me click this comment real quick. My son's autistic, but when in a relationship becomes a different person because he tends to mask and mirror his partner. Then he can only do that for so long. He eventually suddenly finds himself unhappy. How can I help and be supportive, helpful? You asked the right Mickey Ficky. I love this question. And for the person on TikTok who asked what masking is a way to fit in. It's a form of people pleasing, something that a lot of neurodivergent individuals do as you pick up on communication patterns, as you understand that the way you interact with the world is different from that of a neurotypical person. And in order to build that connection, you realize that something has to change. Because you don't like being on the outside looking in. So you have to figure out a way to get in there and to make some friends and to be able to enjoy life, have a higher quality of life. This works. It works through grade school and, through college, or like it works as long as you keep it up. But whenever you want to return back to yourself, as you start to learn who you are, you have to sometimes realize that the version of yourself that you put out there, the version of yourself that people fell in love with, might not be who you actually are. And that's what's going on in this situation. Monique's son went in a relationship, becomes a different person. And he's not a bad person for doing that. He just wants that connection. but then you have this desire to return back to yourself. And this could freak the girlfriend out. She's like, I don't even know who I'm dating. This is a whole different guy from the guy that I fell in love with. Masking could cost you a relationship. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen here, right? But it could cost you a relationship. Could cost you a lot of friendships. Could cost you maybe your job. I'm not saying that it has to, but it could. So you got to keep that in mind. And Kate, you're right. It doesn't mean Kate on TikTok says doesn't mean that people won't love that version of you. That is true. That is true. But a lot of times people realize that the version of themselves that people enjoy the most is not the version of themselves that they align with. Right? All right. And Richard says, I'm very blessed to have a patient woman in my life. Is that you are? Anybody who has a patient partner, definitely blessed. Definitely blessed. All right. So the first way to unmask is 20 minutes in, and I'm just not getting to the first, right? That's how you know I have ADHD. I'm all over the place. The first way to unmask, figure out who you are when you're alone. All right. Who are you when you are by yourself? When the cameras are not rolling, when there's no need to people please, when people aren't watching, who are you when you're by yourself? Literally think about that. I'm here in an empty, kitchen by myself with, 100 people watching on the StreamYard stream, 14 people watching on TikTok, maybe more, maybe less. I'm by myself, but there's a lot of y'all watching right now. So am I going to be my most authentic self, right? Let's pretend that let's pretend that the cameras are off, all right? And I'm in the kitchen. Let's say I'm in the kitchen. I'm just doing my thing, right? You know how it is sometimes you be in the kitchen, nobody's watching. You'll just be hanging out in the kitchen. You did do some silly dance, or, like I just started like doing something that's crazy. Like, who are you when nobody's watching? When the cameras are off, who are you? Think about that. Who are you when the cameras are not rolling, right? Who are you? Richard says, I can concentrate so much more alone. Yeah, you can. Why are your counters so clean? These are not my counters. But my counters in Los Angeles are clean because I don't cook. So when I have a girlfriend, y'all will know because I'll have pots and pans in the house. Right? But who are you when nobody's watching? If the stream is not on right now, what would I be doing? Would I be playing video games over there? Would I be, looking at the downtown skyline, just dancing, or just doing your thing? Like who are you when there's no pressure to conform, right? And when you're by yourself, I believe that you get the most true version of who you are. But then now look, I'm pretty much in tune with who I am as a person. I'm 31 years old. I'm getting closer and closer to myself every year. But let a camera crew come in here. I'm going to switch up a little bit naturally. Let 3 beautiful women come in here and start taking photos or like interviewing me. I'm going to maybe make sure my chain is out a little bit, make sure I put my cologne on, Not that I want to flirt with them, but like naturally, that's your first reaction. Oh, like, what am I supposed to do socially? And Monique, you're right. Don't we all? We do. We all naturally do a version of this. I do believe that when you're neurodivergent, you may take this to another level, right? Let's take somebody who's autistic and you don't naturally make eye contact, right? You are aware that when you're talking to people, you should probably make eye contact every now and then. So if you struggle to make eye contact, you might be like this. I look away, and then something in your brain tells you, oh, I need to look at them or they're going to think that I'm weird. So you go like this. Yeah. All right. Like, what to do to fit in. So that way you're not an oddball. You're not really an oddball, but your brain is telling you, I got to do something or else they're going to be onto me. They're going to know who I am. First impressions mean the most. And that's true. I do believe that is true. That is true. But I don't want us to get into the bad habit of looking at our social behaviors and analyzing every single thing. We're not going to be smooth every day. We're going to mess up naturally. It's just life. It's just life. Case is 31 in here. Yeah, you won't act the same. Yeah, that's natural. But who are you when you are by yourself? Delia says, I'm cooking for my neighbor, singing to my cat songs about. See, this is what I'm talking about. Delia, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. And for those of y'all who are in relationships, if you're able to be yourself around your partner, that's a really good thing. That's a really good thing. That's a great thing. That's an amazing thing. A lot of people are not comfortable being themselves yet. Somebody off a hinge 2 weeks ago, and then you're like, I don't want the girl's like, I don't want him to hear me fart or whatever. After you've been with somebody for 5 years, you just like let it rip, So that's different. But in the beginning, like who's really themselves around a new romantic interest? Who can be like Delia is right here, cooking for the neighbors, singing to your cat, songs that she made up, right? I'm a music obsessed, food obsessed weirdo who likes to be alone with company sometimes. A lot of us can relate to that. And weirdo is subjective. We're all weird, right? We're all weird. We're all weird. Me too, Delia. And Kate, DNP, not MD. How much are you actually taught about therapy? No, so it's a combination because we have to take classes about psychotherapy, at least at Augusta University, before I could get my doctorate. I watch so much Netflix while I'm alone. I eat a lot of popcorn. Okay, but that's not like weird though. When you first meet someone, you meet the representative, usually not their authentic being. I do agree with that. That's neurodivergent or not. And eventually you learn to become a bit more comfortable around them. Esprit says, actual eye contact is such a hard thing to do. I reserve it for people I feel safe with, usually accompanied by an honest smile. Everyone else, I look at the nose, ear. Okay. I appreciate you sharing that. And I agree. We're all weird. Just some people are better at showing it. I feel like I mask around my new friends, and then I find myself being someone I am not, and I have to keep up the act. Exactly. That's what I was talking about, Leonor. That's what I'm talking about. When you meet 5 new people who become your friends, and they meet a certain version of you, but y'all are having a great time. Do you have the confidence to show them who you are if it means that you lose those friends? Huh? That's the question of the day. That's the Mickey Ficky question of the day. Think about that. All right. How to unmask. The second thing, I gotta answer this question. I didn't put the whole thing there. Answer this question, and it will help you unmask. All right. What do you do to people please? I'm putting this out there for all of y'all. Margaret, I'm doing good on TikTok. Yeah, Kate, I'm a Georgia boy. George, your videos are so spot on my ADHD. Luckily, I was diagnosed as a kid. Now at 34, I'm such a good teacher for it. That's what's up. I understand those kids so much better. Brittany, I know you're already a great teacher just from reading this. I feel like my ex left me because I was an unmasking and becoming my true self. Mm, 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 mm. I genuinely think the issue, uh, people forget that just because someone is autistic, ADHD, bipolar, right? Look, a diagnosis is just a diagnosis. It is not your personality. It's not your personality. All right, but what do you all do to people please? I'm very curious. What do you do to people please? I think to myself, what do I do to people? Let me put myself on the spot. People pleasing. It could be so many different things. Like If I have on a nice watch, this is a decent watch, right? I think it's a decent watch. But if I have on a nice watch and I want people to see it, I go like this. Like you make sure they can see it, and then you're like, you just like playing through your hair, like, man, like I had such a hard day. Or if I want somebody to see the car I'm driving, like you spin the block 3 times, like it was good. It was good. If you're talking to somebody and there's something that you want from them, maybe you're negotiating something. Maybe you could be dating them. Maybe they're a coworker and they're talking and they're saying something that's not funny, and you're like, it's not funny. You don't have to laugh. People pleasing, saying yes to things that you don't want to do just because you feel like, I should say yes. It's all people pleasing. These are all things that I've done. And you sit back and you ask yourself, like, what was the whole point of that? Like, what? What am I doing? Then you work to forgive yourself and you're like, all right, no, I want to be closer to myself. I eat, do things that others enjoy, even when I don't or prefer. Ooh, yeah. I've done this before. Sometimes I'll be at a church potluck or maybe food at work, something like that. And I'm eating something that I'm like, oh, this is gonna make me have the bubble guts later on, but I might as well just eat it. And after a while, you're like, I'm done. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. Emily says, I gave my neighbor beer last night and regretted because I'm too nice of a person. I just wanted to relax after work, but instead my neighbor came over and drank. Does this count as people pleasing? It depends. It depends. Now, if you legitimately wanted to hang out with your neighbor, yeah. But if you were super tight on time and you're like, oh, come on over, something that you did and it wasn't what you actually wanted to do, it could fall into that category. I people please by allowing things that trigger me. By allowing things that trigger me just so they don't feel as though they have to be worried about me. I give buy things for others more than I can afford to or should. Ooh. People pleasing is expensive. This is a good example of how expensive it can be. My biggest mistake was letting other people make excuses for mistakes. Okay. Ignore my feelings to comfort them, even if it's hurting me. People pleasing right there. All right. Am I having internet issues? Yes or no? Y'all let me know. Because I don't think I am. But let me know if I am. Because it looks like it's pretty okay. But if I'm having internet issues, please let me know. Please let me know. Oh, do I got some water in here? Damn, I left my water in the car. No water break. Bring on the Tums. My biggest thing is I feel like I can't say no to friends. It's always yes. That's people pleasing for sure. My first real relationship, I had kids with her, and we lived together for a long time. Now we didn't work out, and I'm currently in a new relationship. Been together for a while, but we live separately. And sometimes I feel like it's hard for me, but it's easy for her. Do you think me having ADHD is a factor in this difference? And what could I do to help myself relax about it? So, Cam, I don't. A bit off topic, but what I will say is, I mean, it could be ADHD. I don't know. I need to have more information. But sometimes when you're neurodivergent, you like having a lot of space to yourself. Maybe that's why this relationship is working better. I'm not sure. Potentially, maybe. Shelly, likewise, good to see you as well. Oh, I'm having internet issues. Let me know. Am I having internet issues? You're having occasional slows and jumps with streaming. Man, lagging here and there. Hell no. Hell no. Okay. 1 second, y'all. Let me get the internet right. I got this little Wi-Fi box. Let me get this Wi-Fi box. We're gonna fix this together, y'all. We'll fix this together. Ain't no shame in my game. Thank you, Kobe. Make it fakey. Bruh. Let me see. Man. My hotspot at. ah. Inspires. You're cutting. What's going on? California in the house. I've seen a bunch of your shorts, but this is my first time catching you live. Mag Bree, I'm happy that you're catching me live. I'm sorry that the internet is so spotty. That's ridiculous. I need to fix that. I recently realized when someone asks something of me, they normally don't even have to ask because I'm already trying to fix it regardless. And two, I don't even ask how I feel or if I even want to do it. I just jump into action. Monique, that's definitely people pleasing. And being aware of that is the first step in making a change. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge yourself. I'm sounding better. Okay. Is it because I'm talking closer to the computer? Sound just cut off? Man, make it figgy. What? Just go to bed and get your. Brittany's like, get out of here. Get out of here. Man, what's going on? Sound now? I sound all right? I hear you. Oh, maybe I have to come a little closer. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Clear my end. Before we proceed, my folks on TikTok help me out too. Let me know how I sound. Do I sound good? I know I look good, I think. Let's see. Yeah, the hairline's good. Yeah, I know I look good. Do I sound good? Do y'all see the live stream without too many glitches? What's going on? What's going on? Jesse J says, I just want to let you know the age 29, I'm diagnosed with ADHD. Jesse, welcome to the club. Thank you. Austin, I appreciate you. Okay, all right. So I sound great. Okay, cool. Maybe I have to come closer. Cool. Richard says, I people please because I'm afraid of confrontation. This is real. Yeah. And when people know this, more likely to push just because they can, right? They know that you're not going to confront them. It gives somebody too much leverage. How do you keep people pleasing from becoming abusive control? What do you mean abusive control? I joined a codependent group and learned that people pleasing is a form of control. In a sense, and is that what you mean by abusive control? In a sense, because when you people please, you are giving yourself more control over the situation because you are kind of you can anticipate the outcome a little bit better because you're doing a certain thing to elicit a certain type of reaction from somebody else. So yeah, I can see that. I see no glitches. Okay, Megan, perfect. So how do we fix this? You sound like you could do narrate guided meditations, very soothing voice. I think I could do it too. So the buffalo crosses into the Sahara Desert. He finds the mama buffalo and talks to the daddy buffalo. Those documentaries that they have like 3 a.m. on the Discovery History Channel, whatever it is. Okay, you can reply now. Okay, cool. All right. So maybe the stream is doing okay, all right. Looks like we're doing a little bit better. Okay, cool. Is people pleasing a form of control? Yes, in a way. Yeah, I will. In my opinion, yes, I will say yes, in a way. Mary says, "Hey, Dr. Kojo, I people please by staying quiet. I also give gifts, but I don't think it's in a manic way. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by a manic way. I've always thought that giving was a love language of mine. Okay, you look okay. You can see me. Cool. Thank you. Yes, I do plan to be at the Super Bowl for Super Bowl weekend in Vegas. I do plan to be there. We'll see. That's my plan for now. That's my plan for now. All right. The mama buffalo, the daddy buffalo, the kid buffalo, the kid buffalo. All right. The third way on how to unmask. Let me get it right here. Uh, this is very. This is an important one. Definitely an important one. Right here. The third way to unmask. And put 3 in there so we know that's the third one. All right. I want you to ask yourself, acting perfect in public? Oh yeah, it could. But who can be perfect? Margaret on TikTok asked that question. Who can be perfect at all times? Leilani, she reminded me that I streamed tonight, but it's so late. That's probably why she's not on. She's one of the moderators. So I have to be more accountable, and I need to get on here at the scheduled time, which is 6 o'clock California time, 8 o'clock Tennessee time, 8 o'clock Dallas time, 9 o'clock New York, Jacksonville, Miami time. Meditations or reading nighttime stories. All right, then. All right. Let me know what nighttime story y'all will want me to read. Do you think people pleasing could eventually push people away more than help? Oh yeah, for sure. Because once people pick up on it, normally they don't pick up on it in the early stages, but it could, make people not want to be as close to you. But that's normally not what happens. All right. So number 3, ask yourself, what are you passionate about? And the likelihood that the things that you're passionate about are things that are unpopular or things that you don't anticipate other people to also join you on that passion, those are the things that you suppress that I want you to bring up. If I can't use anime as an example because everybody likes anime nowadays, but I remember a time and place where if you like anime, people used to make fun of you. Like I remember those. I graduated high school 2010. That was a while ago, but it wasn't too long ago. But I remember when if you like anime, people used to bully you. And nowadays, I look on social media, everybody likes anime. Everybody likes anime. Brittany, I appreciate you. That comment means a lot to me. I've known you from the jump and so proud to see your progress as a creator. Brittany, I'm trying my best. Thank you so much. Naruto, Ball Z. I liked anime as a kid, but I didn't really talk about it because nobody liked anime. Like that was the quickest way to get bullied, talking about anime that's not popular. I just talked about football, and I was a fan. I'm still a fan of football, but back then, anime was not what it is today. I'm passionate about reading and wishing everybody was happy, but not at the expense of others. I like that, Samantha. Emily's passionate about music. Music is everything in my life. Ever since joining a band, I've been pursuing music hardcore and studying music theory. It's all I want in my life. So, Emily, you like music. We can tell that. That's something that you got to keep close to you. I miss dancing, meteorology, baking, animals. Okay. Animals, being crafty. I'm an atmospheric scientist. Oh, okay. Wow. That's tight. That's tight. Wow. That is super tight. Plants and puppies. That's tight as well. I used to like K-pop before it was a thing here in the US and remember being made fun of for it. Yeah, so K-pop is really big now. I don't remember when it wasn't a thing because I caught the wave when it became really popular, but I can see how people would have made fun of you because, it wasn't, there wasn't, BTS at that time. I hope BTS is K-pop. If it's not, please forgive me. Please forgive me. I hope I did not fumble that one. Psych RN, my Boston Terriers, and cooking. Okay. Richard's passionate about being goofy. Shelly says, kids, animals, and sci-fi. Okay. I recently put some music on that made me want to move, so I followed my body where it wanted to go with the music. It felt really good. This is something that's really neat. That could be a passion. Artwork. Okay. BTS is definitely okay. All right, cool. Just making sure. I don't want to offend nobody. Cool, cool, cool. Do you think anime and K-pop have blown up because folks have stopped masking? Ooh, this is a good question. Um, Potentially, but I think it's more so of the internet has allowed, and even for me, the way TikTok's algorithm is and was, it allowed somebody like me to be able to be myself and gain millions of followers. I don't think that would have been possible 10, 15 years ago. Like I tried, like I'd make the YouTube videos and be like, oh, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It just didn't work. So there's something about the algorithm nowadays that allows you to find people with like-minded everything. So if you like anime, you will find people who like anime. If you like K-pop, you'll find people who like K-pop, because the algorithms are more so interest based. It used to be you would go on Instagram and see what your friends are up to and what your aunt did last weekend. And over time, people's feeds changed. And if you like K-pop, you like BTS, you watch a couple of BTS videos on TikTok or Facebook or whatever the case may be, YouTube, all of a sudden you start to be, you start getting that content. It's fed to you. So I think that because of the way algorithms have changed, it's allowed people to realize that a lot of us do like anime and K-pop and things of that nature. Some of it could be due to masking. But if anything, I would more so argue that it's the algorithms that have brought us together. And because people have seen, oh, wow, a lot of folks do like K-pop, a lot of folks do like anime, then it gives people the confidence to further unmask. That's what I think. But what do I know? But that's what I think. The reason we also have ADHD is because we're trying to control our environment. No, ADHD is that as genetic. Yeah, it's a genetic game. This is something that was decided before you were conceived, in my opinion. I feel like that's why I like weird people, people who know who they are and are honest about what they enjoy, less fake. Right. Well, Samantha, see, you've been on a journey yourself, so you can appreciate somebody who is authentically themselves. I'll just say this about this real quick. If you don't have a diagnosis, like when it comes to medications, I always say, reach out to a professional for anything you put into your body. So if you don't have a condition, if you haven't been diagnosed with something, if you have ADHD and you haven't been diagnosed, will Adderall work for you? Probably so. Should you take it? Probably not. You want to get that official diagnosis and you want to get that official prescription. So that way we stay on the right side of the law. Used to love reading. My eyesight doesn't let me do that anymore. Well, that's why we have audiobooks. All right. Now the fourth tip on how to unmask. Let me drop that in here. And this is the one that nobody wants to see. People don't really care for this one, but I think it is important to talk about. Seek professional help, or I could put it better. Don't be afraid to seek professional help. Don't be afraid to seek professional help. Becoming the truest version of yourself can be very isolating. It can be very isolating. And not for everybody, but for a lot of, and I even posted something on Threads the other day. I posted, this is a simple question. I said, how has unmasking affected your life? A lot of people have said that they've lost friends, they've lost, relationships, things of that nature. Let's see what it is. What is this? I got sidetracked. A lot of people have heavy price for unmasking. And anytime anything takes you away from people, it keeps you in the house, it isolates you. it could make it easier for depression to creep in. I'm not saying that if you unmask, it leads to depression, but it can be an isolating thing. And we don't talk about it enough. I hope we start, talking about this type of stuff more, but it can be very difficult to go on this journey, feeling like you have to start life all over again and figure out who you are and figure out who you can depend on, who will like you for you. Once you get to those types of questions, it's quite deep. Like, who will accept me for me? Like who likes the real me? And sometimes you get to a point where you're like, all right, if you can't accept me for who I am, I'll just be by myself. So do not be afraid to seek professional help. I mean, that's as it is with anything, but don't be afraid to seek professional help, because that could be the thing that could be a game changer for you. It could be a game changer for you. Very isolating, but most times I prefer isolating these days. Well, it could be solitude. When people see the word isolating, it's more so like you don't want to be by yourself. Let me see. Yeah, you definitely lose relationships, but I feel when you're being your authentic self, the people that stick around and the friends you make after those relationships are so much stronger. I gotta give Samantha a love of the show here. I completely agree with this. So this is the positive side of unmasking. When you show people who you are and you're upfront with, yourself. You're not apologizing for the person that you are, your quirks, your idiosyncrasies. You don't care about them being on Front Street. At that point, the people that choose to stick around, there's a good chance that those are your people. There's a really good chance that those are your people. Let me see. I see people taking care of each other and boosting each other in the group chat. I love that. I love that. I find it difficult to express myself to professionals. I tell them what I think they want to hear. Is that just me? Leonore, no, that's also me as well. Like and look, I know how this stuff works. I know the answers, like I know how this works. And sometimes I still have a hard time being upfront with my therapist and with my psychiatrist. So it's practice. I have to remind myself, I'm not paying to, like, if I pay to not tell the truth, I'm not helping anybody else. I'm not helping myself out. If anything, I'm hurting myself. I lost my husband, who couldn't deal with 4 people with ADHD in home and 2 with autism too. Oh, very sorry to hear that. Very sorry to hear that. Andy, how are you doing? My husband and I started marriage counseling. He said part of our issue is my ADHD symptoms. So seeking therapy is good, and I'm hoping it will help. My one safe place is becoming not safe for my authentic self per se. And Aaron, this can be really difficult. It can be difficult to accept, but if your husband is able to communicate that, you can look at it from a different perspective and say, okay, something that I'm doing is, not helping out the marriage. And you figure out what are the things about myself that I can work on. You can't get rid of the ADHD, but maybe we can set a timer here and there. Maybe it's meds, maybe it's therapy. So whatever you can do to the best of your ability. You can't change yourself, but whatever you can do can be helpful. People pleasing can also be a trauma response from chronic PTSD. Oh, for sure. I think I posted this before on social media, but the neurodivergent experience is, for many people, for the majority of individuals, I believe, a traumatic one. Your childhood, there's an element of trauma there, whether it's childhood trauma or whether it's trauma that comes from things that have happened to you or things that didn't happen to you. It can be very traumatic. It can be very traumatic. I have a huge 55-gallon fish tank that I'm trying to get started. It's something when I was younger I loved and got away from, and I'm getting into it again. Kobe, the more we lean into the things that we enjoy, the more we start to understand the people that we're becoming. It's a beautiful process. It's a beautiful process. Let me see. We will just start a cave living community of nice people pleasers. That's hilarious. It's crazy how perfect everything has got to be to accomplish anything. But at the same time, at work, I can be on top of my game because of chaos. It sounds like ADHD. Yeah. So guys, that's it. 4 ways to unmask. Advice for neurodivergent folks. Recap. Number 1, figure out who you are when you're alone. That was number 1. Number 2, what do you do to people please? Number 3, ask yourself, what are you passionate about? Number 4, seek professional help, or better stated, do not be afraid to seek professional help. 4 ways to unmask. Let me read a couple of comments. I personally have issues speaking to professionals too. I usually end up trying to see someone who has at least 25 years experience so they can pick up when they know I'm not being open or just saying things that I think they want to hear. I have to fight to not mask with professionals. Samantha, this could be everything, and not that you want to lie to your therapist, but you might not see your therapist as your therapist, and you're like, this is somebody that I have to make feel comfortable. You don't have to make us feel comfortable. We are there to do our jobs. I have to remind myself of that when I'm on the other side. Dana, I appreciate that. I do okay. I would say I'm fairly awesome, but my followers, my supporters are more amazing. I'm more amazing. Look, today's the first day of the rest of your life. All we can do is start. All we can do is start. And Brittany on TikTok says it's a journey in finding a therapist itself. Yeah, Brittany, you're right. It is. It definitely is. Misha says RDHD, finally finding my stride at 43. Apparently, there are jobs for people who do great at uni but suck at real life. There's a job for everybody out there, Misha. But look, I'm happy that you're finally finding your stride at 43. That's going to be very helpful for the woman who was diagnosed at 31, who's watching this, thinking that her life is over because she hasn't seen your story. Samantha, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I took a 30-minute walk in for like 3 hours. I have a son with Asperger's, so being aware of my own neurodivergence helps understand his. Yeah, this stuff runs in families, y'all. It runs in families. Margaret says, today I got some studying done, and now this. Such a blessing to be alive. Margaret on TikTok, let me give you a love of the show. Love of the show. I have those moments a lot throughout the day where I just tell myself, man, it's a blessing to be alive. Everything is not where I would like for it to be. There's so much I could work on. There's so much that I want to do, things that I feel like I'm behind on at times, but I just take a step back and I realize, wow, I'm alive. I'm here. Life is good. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. It's good to lean into those moments where we can just take gratitude for what it is. Misha says, I feel like I'm 30 though. I'm about 10 years behind my peers. Misha, you look 30. You look 27 to me. I don't think you're behind. It might feel like it, but you're probably not giving yourself credit for some of the things that you've done. Felicia, I appreciate you. Yeah, and look, definitely come through again. Definitely come through again. Let me get through a couple of more comments. Good answer. Aaron, I appreciate you. Let me see. Does I spent 10 years in chronic fight flight. Do I have the capability to bring somebody on the live stream? I'm thinking about that. Oh, Andy, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. It's in a different currency, but it looks cool. I'm not sure what it is, but it looks super cool. Thank you so much. I really watch your shorts every day. They help so much. Much love to you, brother. I'm gonna post a short tomorrow morning too. I got something cooking for y'all, for my YouTube boys and girls. I got something cooking for y'all tomorrow. So Andy, I got something coming for y'all. Let me see. Do I have the overlay where I can bring in more than one person? I cannot find it, but I can still bring on somebody. All right. So before this stream ends, if there's anybody who wants to hop on the stream, we're just going to do freestyle. Hop on the stream, talk about something, anything, because I'm feeling froggy. If you want to hop on the stream, 60. Hey, I appreciate it. Whatever the yen is, yen is the currency for what country? Is it China? China? I think China. Because it's Chinese yen, right? I think. My streams are normally Mondays at 6 o'clock, West Coast time, 9 o'clock, New York time. But I want to go live more often this year. That's going to be a goal of mine. Oh, Japan. Oh, okay. Sorry. Andy, I apologize. Japan. I apologize. Thank you for the 500 yen. Thank you so much. Emily, come on through. Let me see. I'm gonna get back to my reading. Samantha, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Emily, come on through. Somebody has been on, or I think it's been before. Has been on before. Come on through. Ask away. Actually, let me see. Do I have that banner? Ooh, y'all, we're gonna switch this stream midstream. Check this out. This is gonna be super cool. Check this out. Ask Dr. Kojo. We turned the late night show into Ask Dr. Kojo. Boom, just like that. I did it. I knew how to do it. Just found this channel, Neurospicy. Hey, welcome. All right, so I want to bring on. Well, Emily, if there's nobody who has been on who wants to come on, we'll bring you on. But if you want to come on the live stream and ask me anything, hop on the email that I put in the chat, info@codersoftware.com, and let me bring you on. Yeah, this is tight. The fact that I can change it midstream. This is the first. This is history right here. Is Froggy hyper energetic or tired? Is more so energetic. Cody, yeah, Cody, this is tight. These are just small things that like make me like that's crazy. Oh, you can't see the email. Oh, the email should be shown on TikTok as well. It's info@kojosoftware.com. Andy, I appreciate you, my guy. And look, with super chats, I don't know how super chats work on YouTube, but to my knowledge, super chats are like a way to get the streamer's attention, and then the person who's streaming will acknowledge your comment. So if you leave one super chat, I definitely see you. If you want to leave more, sure, but don't feel like you have to send multiple super chats. I appreciate y'all. Super chat. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate you. An odd thing people pleasing thing I do is I'm a more strict parent when other adults. Ooh, I've never seen this one before. Wow. You're a more strict parent when other adults are around. It confuses your kids. You have to repair it later when y'all are by yourselves. Oh, wow. Myra, thank you for admitting this. I feel like I've seen parents do this before, but I've never been able to really put this into words. Thank you for admitting this. Wow, it takes a lot of courage and accountability to verbalize these thoughts, put it out there for the internet. Yeah. Wow. And Megan, yes, I'm bringing people in now. We switched it midway. Ask Dr. Kojo. So I got Trish, sorry to hear that. Working through your book still, what I have done in it has helped and even led me to helping others. Kwanana, I really appreciate that. I'm happy that the book is helpful. I'm really happy that the book is helpful. All right, let me see if any emails have come through. Let's see if somebody wants to come on. Don't be shy. It is a little nerve-wracking to get on the live stream, I won't lie, if it's your first time. But I definitely want it to be more interactive. That's the lane that I want to head into. Well, now we're in the Ask Dr. Kojo segment. So yeah, ask. Yeah, sure. And I don't see your email, Emily. Emily, are you Finn? That must be Emily. Okay, Finn. All right, cool. or I see a Finn in there. So I'm going to send a link to Finn. Come on in, Finn. Come on in. It goes away when you show comments. Cody, it's info@kojosarfo.com. First name, last name.com. So we're going to bring in Finn. Katie is in last semester. Katie, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But is it love? What do you mean love? I'm not sure the first part of your question, but now I'm a little bit interested. Because if it's something about love, then we gotta go to the Find Your Love with Dr. Kojo. We in overtime now. It's overtime now. I like how I can switch it. Okay. Oh, if that game comes out cross-platform, yeah, I'm game. Yeah, I would love to collab with Dr. K. I met him at VidCon last year. Healthy Gamer GG. I'm a big fan of his content. I would love to collab with him. I'm saying like I haven't met him and we can't get this thing going. We should be able to get it going. All right, so I sent something to Finn. I'm not seeing Finn. Looks like Cody sent something. So, all right, I'm going to send something to Cody. Whoever gets in first, come on through. The next live stream, Monday next week, for sure. Maybe tomorrow. I will be streaming from my home base in California tomorrow, so that'll be exciting. That's if I can get home in time from the airport and all that stuff. Connie, this is funny. This is funny right here. All right, okay. Emily, I did not see your email. Yeah, you can ask questions. I want to bring somebody on the stream though. Cody, I replied back with link. Oh no, last night was tight. Memphis in the house. What's going on? Let me see. All right, let's see if Cody can come through. Or maybe the stream is just not working. But we'll give it a shot. So I had two folks email me. I sent back the email with the link to the StreamYard. So for those of y'all who emailed, you should pop up in the bottom here, like y'all can't see it. Kobe, like I don't think it was that difficult, huh? But it was self-explanatory, I think. But hey, I struggle with instructions too, so we're gonna see if somebody comes on. Good night, Richard. I appreciate you coming on. If you want to stay for the bonus segment, feel free to stay. You never know what's going to happen. I do appreciate your attention. Cody says he's downloading Chrome, so he's on the way. Okay, cool. Okay. In the meantime, ask away. Let me see if there's an interesting question in here, something that captivates my attention. Nami, I appreciate you, Nami. I'm a big fan, Nami, especially all my boys and girls in Alabama. I went to school out there, so I love being back in the great state of Alabama. All right, so Margaret has a question on TikTok. What would you do if your significant other showed signs of cheating that they didn't? So that's what Margaret's asking on TikTok. What would you do if your significant other appears to be cheating, but they tell you that they're not cheating? Okay. This is how I would approach it. If my girlfriend, if for some reason I suspected that she's cheating and I confront her about it and she says no, I wouldn't worry about it. Honestly, I would not worry about it. I would lay back. But should I have hard, concrete evidence that there's cheating going on, I would, once I'm sure that that's what's happening. I'll just say thank you for the memories and I'll leave. You have to give people a chance to do right, to do wrong. And it's one thing to have to like go up behind people and hire a private investigator and be like, are they cheating on me? Yeah. You shouldn't have to put that much work into it. Right. So ask them. If they deny it, okay. They've denied it. Cool. But if you have actual evidence that they are indeed cheating, uh, I would think twice before wanting to reconcile that relationship because the trust may be broken. Um, Kind says, is Margaret neurospicy? Believe yourself. We're a little criminalist. We are right. Trust the signs. Don't convince yourself. Believe yourself. We are smart. Trust ourselves. We are gifts. Okay. Okay. See, what's my laptop doing this? Glitching. Oh, and I'm also watching on TikTok to the left. I am glitching a little bit. I don't like that. It might be hard to bring somebody on. All right, let me finish this question right here. Building the trust after your spouse cheats is incredibly hard. It is. It's really hard. A lot of people are able to repair the relationship, but if you cannot, do not judge yourself. This is quite difficult. So I'm curious about something I still have stumbled on. My rage of bipolar disorder is always detrimental to my life outside. What can I do to help not get out of hand? Estef, in my opinion, if you're struggling with impulse control, I would start off with my psychiatrist first, talk to them, and see what can be done therapy-wise, medication-wise. A lot of times the answer is medications. I hate to say that, but even if not, getting some type of therapy could be very helpful. All right, so looks like Cody is on here. So let's bring Cody in, and we'll do one segment of Ask Dr. Kojo. Hopefully it doesn't glitch on us, but let's give it a shot. Let's give it. Cody, how you doing?
Hey, give me 1 second. I came on the wrong one.
Okay. I hear some buzzing somewhere. I hear a little bit of buzzing. And Aaron, it's Cody, not Kobe. Cody with a D. D as in Derek, not B as in Billy. And Estef, so if you talk to your doctor and they've helped you out with therapy and meds, then I just wouldn't judge myself. Don't judge yourself. Uh, okay, all right. Cody says 1 second.
If you can hear me,
All right. I can. One more time, Cody.
I said I can hear you if you can hear me.
Okay, I can hear you. Now, 1 second. Let me ask the chat. So, chat, how's that sound? Does that sound good to you all? I want to make sure that it's a enjoyable viewing experience for everybody. So, does everything sound good, chat? Let me know, chat. My folks on TikTok, let me know. Stephanie on TikTok says we can hear. Margaret says good so far. Diana says better. Trish says it's good, much better. Okay, we are good to go. We are good to go. Megan, this is Cody, not Kobe. Cody, it's a different dude. Cody, what's going on, my guy? How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing, buddy? Good, thanks. I've been following your channel for a while, and so I'm in my master's for clinical mental health counseling, and just hopped on tonight as I was doing some studying. Thank you, thank you. And I just kind of just had a question for you. Wanted some advice. Should I go for that doctorate? And I figured you were asking people to come on, and might as well ask you. I know there's a lot of testing and research and stuff that would be part of it. My only research interests really are the correlation between borderline personality disorder and attachment theory.
Okay.
And I'd like to open up a treatment center that's based in attachment-based research for adolescents. And so there's all the programs I've looked at so far. I basically have to retake the content that I would take. I've already have taken in my master's program, and so
Okay.
any advice I want to soak it up and learn. I think you're incredible in the way you connect, and your theoretical orientation seems really person centered. So I really appreciate you.
I appreciate those kind words. Thank you very much. And in terms of you wanting to pursue your doctorate, so you're going to pursue your master's regardless, correct?
Yes, I'm in my program currently.
Okay. So what I would say is it depends on your end goal. You mentioned something about wanting to open up a treatment center. Is that correct?
Correct.
So when it comes to right, that it can be helpful to have the doctor in front of your name, and a lot of times people, will be a doctor and they'll say, "Oh, it doesn't matter. You can do the same thing. Can you do the same type of job? Can you make the same type of impact? Can you have the same type of impact with your master's as you can with a doctorate?" I'm sure you can. You're not any better or worse whether you get one or the other. But in terms of how people perceive you, and in terms of
Mm-hmm.
how much stock they put into your word, when you're Dr. Cody versus Cody, all of a sudden people are like, "Oh my gosh!" Like you can say the same thing that Cody says, but when you're Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Cody, you say the same exact sentence. People say, "Oh, that was profound." Oh, okay, okay, yeah. It's just a whole
Mm-hmm.
perception thing. And if you want to take things to the next level, it could be helpful to get your doctorate. Now you have to figure out what's the cost, like financially, what's the
Mm-hmm.
cost in terms of the time that you have to invest into it, and what are the other surrounding factors in your life? Like, do you have kids, or like what's going on that could impede you from this goal? If you have time and
Yeah.
you can do it, like, and it's linear, I would say go for it. Go straight for it.
Mm-hmm. And
Are you
I
able to
don't
do
know.
it?
Yes. So I'm currently single. I'm a little bit older. I'm about to turn 29. But so during the program, hopefully that would be the case. But I want to ask this question. I don't know if TikTok will allow it. So hopefully that it's cut this out. But
Now I
part
want to
of
hear it.
the the rationale behind it is we look a certain way, and
Mhm.
does that having that doctor, does that take down some of those systemic barriers based on the perception of what we look like before what we say? And I'm not something that's like, oh, doctor this, doctor that. I can care less. But for the
Mhm.
ultimate impact I hope to have on the clients in the future, um, does having it with our complexion set us up more for success than a master's, in your experience?
Set you up for success. I'm not sure. Have people respect you more? Most definitely. Most definitely. You can have a master's degree and still have a profound impact on the world. And sometimes I ask myself,
Mm-hmm.
like, what if I wasn't Dr. Kojo? Would people still listen to me? And I'd still be the same for no for the most part in terms of how I understand human beings and the type of person I am. It wouldn't be too far off, but having the doctor in front of my name definitely contributed to a lot of my success because it just gave me an extra second or two for people to listen to me, to be like, all right, well, he's this black. All right, he's a doctor. What does he have to say? And then with that
Mm-hmm.
2 3 second gap that they gave me, I took that and I ran with it. I'm like, all right, thank you. I just
Mm-hmm.
needed an opportunity. So there is a lot of stock in that doctorate degree. You just have to make
Mm-hmm.
it work for you because a lot of people go out and become doctor, whatever, in all disciplines, PhD, PsyD, MD, DOD, whatever, and they don't
Mm-hmm.
capitalize on that degree. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
able to, or you can really just say that you want to be a doctor so that people can call you doctor and just because you like it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I don't think there's
Mm-hmm.
anything wrong with that. I just want people to call me doctor. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just more so being honest with yourself. Like, you have to look in the mirror and have that honest conversation and say, do I really want to be doctor? Or that girl that I used to date, when I get this doctorate degree, I can flex on her or my parents. Yeah, like I did what I told them I was gonna do. Like you have to really sit down there and figure out where is that coming from, because it's all about your
Yeah,
end
for
goal.
sure.
Your end goal. If your end goal is to open the treatment center, does having the doctor in front of your name help out? Yeah, I know people who don't have any type of education at all who open up treatment centers because they got some funding from the government, and then they hire people, and that's their treatment center. So there's so many different ways. Didn't Kim Kardashian take the law school exam? I think
I
she took
think
the
so. I
bar,
think like I don't pay attention much, but I think so. Yeah.
and I don't know Kim Kardashian,
Yeah.
uh, but she went out and she took the bar. And she used her influence as a celebrity, and she was able to get some people out of legal situations. So I thought that was interesting. Is using
Right.
her celebrity status to get people out of jail. Like that's pretty cool. So it all depends on what you want to do
Yeah.
and the angle that you feel like you can get from you being a doctor, because people do listen to you more when you have the doctor in front of your name. Because I remember my early days in TikTok. At first, it was just Kodo Sarfo. I got on TikTok September 2019 so I could promote my first book, uh, You Already Won. I was in Detroit, Michigan, and I posted my first TikTok. I got like 2 likes, and nobody was watching my stuff. And then I'm like, this is crazy. And I remember, I'm like, hold up, I am Dr. Gardner. And I switched my name, and then I started posting in my scrubs. That was all intentional, because the people who are watching and they understand things from a fourth, fifth grade level, they don't know what is what. So when people can put you into a category, and that's something that I have to be able to compartmentalize. People always have to
Right.
put you into a category. I don't understand that. And a lot of people, my neurodivergent uh, uh, followers, like we don't put a lot of like stock into people's titles or whatever. Like you're a doctor, who cares? Like you're just a human being. That's how I see it. But I have to step back and zoom out and realize that in this world, when people see doctor, oh wow, oh my gosh, he must be smart or whatever. I know a lot of doctors that are not smart. I just do. But in terms of perception, and perception and optics are important. Optics are important. I'm out in LA. I want to do all these amazing things. I would like to grow my hair out one day. I'm not gonna grow out my hair.
Hey, I'm doing that right now. I'm doing that right now.
You go growing it up.
I'm trying to grow it back out. Yeah. That's so funny.
I guess at some point in our lives, we have that phase where we're like, I'm like, hold on, I want to grow my hair out. I want to do something different. I do
Yeah.
understand
No,
that.
and I was taking that curl cream this morning and putting it through, and I was like, it feels good. Yeah, no, I'm trying to get that throw back. Like I'm maybe 29, but hey, I'm gonna get my hair back.
No, and I was trying to like dread it up and all this stuff, but then like I'm realizing that if I want to move up in like the corporate world, or like where I'm taking my brand, I'm not a bad person for having dreads. But is it going to scare some people off? It will.
Right.
Only 13% the country is African American. Then you still have some Hispanics, but people might look at you and say, they won't even give me that. I just need a second or two
Right.
to get in. And the moment I do that, I will be able to bring some value to your life. So optics are important. And it's really difficult to understand that until you step out. You're like, okay, hold up. Not that I'm a bad person if I do this or that, but if you want to reach a wide, like I want to reach, like I want to all, like I want to reach everybody. I want to dub my content into Spanish and into Portuguese and all these different languages, and I want to reach more people. So if you want to reach more people, you have to think, okay, somebody who's trying to reach a lot of people, what would they do? What actions would they take? So if you want to create a treatment center, somebody who wants to pull the, because that's a larger than life thing. That's a pretty big thing. Somebody who wants to pull this off, what things would that person do? It's going to be a whole identity shift. Getting a doctorate is not enough, but I think it does give you a much better chance to pull it off.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
definitely
And like I said, I really appreciate you, and I love your content, and if we can figure out a way, I'd love to continue to learn from you and, um, you know, work with you on anything. I know that you just sent the email, but I'm always looking for people that are willing to teach and I can learn. And there are not very many of people of our descent that have made it, this far and trying to go back and help our communities. And so, I guess I have to take this 2 seconds to promote myself out there and say, hey, I would love to work with you. I'd love to just talk with you offline because I think it would be a pretty cool conversation.
No, I appreciate that. Definitely send an email. I'll have my team flag it. And I don't know what the future is going to look like. I don't know the types of help I'll need, or I don't know what I'll need to get to the next level. But I definitely admire somebody who's like, hey, I'm putting myself out there. Let's collab. Let's work. So send an email. I have like 1,000 something emails I look, but please send an email.
Understand.
And go shoot. So I believe in shooting. So send an email. I can't guarantee if we work together, but I respect the fact that you shot your shot. And I like what you're doing. If we get a chance to work together, it will be an honor of mine.
Same likewise. And thank you to all the love. I see your comment, Aaron. I appreciate that. And all of you guys just know that you're loved, and I'm glad that you have this channel. And even the 2 seconds I have with you in your time, we're all individual human beings. We all have our own path. And at least the way that I look at human beings and human behavior is why do you do things you do? And there's always a reason, there's always a past. And so, give yourself that grace, give yourself that love, because, you are who you are and you're becoming who you're becoming. And that's a story that will never end. And no matter where you're at on that journey, like, I respect that. And that, I want to meet people where they're at on that journey, and we can take that journey together. So if you're struggling with something, if you're thinking about reaching out for help, do it. If you don't connect with your first therapist, first counselor, go shopping, go dating, get the support, heal for you, because once you heal for you, you can make an impact on the world. And so thank you, Dr. Kojo, for giving me the moment, and to everybody watching this channel, just know that you're loved.
I appreciate that word, and you already got the doctor talk down. Like the wheels are turning. You're on a path. I'm proud of you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Cody.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. Have a good night. That was super dope. You never know the people that you meet out here. I respect somebody who wants to dedicate their life to helping other people. That's what I've chosen to do, and it's a blessing to be able to do this. Ooh. Don't forget to take what I supposed to say. But yeah, no, congrats in advance to Cody for what he's going to do. He's going to do amazing things. He already has that doctor talk. Megan says, dread it out. I should dread out this hair. Dread this hair out. I don't know. We'll see. I used to want dreads when I was in high school because I thought it would make me faster when I played football. My football career lasted for 2 weeks. It was shorter than my hair at the moment. So we'll see, Megan. We'll see, Megan. We'll see. Sure. Does somebody else want to? Let me see. Finn, no worries. Okay, all right. Emily, now I see your live stream thingy. I want to get. Emily, have you been on before? Emily? I want to give some people who have never been on before a chance to come through. Emily, let me know. I found your channel through funny. Connie, which short did you? I hate that we have to burp. Excuse me, it's not coming through. Mickey Ficky. I found your channel through Funny Shorts. What kind of doctor are you? DNP. So it's a doctorate of nursing practice degree. So think of somebody who goes to get a 2-year nurse practice degree and stays in school for a year to get a doctorate. So that's the degree I got. I went to Augusta University. I'm a proud alumni, and I wear my jacket everywhere. and been out of school since 2019. Dread should be impressive. Yeah, no, it's a lot of maintenance. Those two-strand twists. My youngest is upset. I lower my voice. He has to focus on what I'm saying. It helps him calm his response because he's too busy listening. Oh, I like this. Yeah, and the border scenes is pretty damn bad too. It's pretty damn bad too. All right, I'm not sure if Emily's been on before. Let's bring on Emily. Kobe, let me get all right, Emily, come on through then. Come on through. I gotta go get some water. Kendall, I'm not gonna lie. I gotta go get some water. I'm out of water. So I'm gonna be thirsty. How can I be out here with no water? My mouth is gonna be dry. What's wrong with me? Yeah, Diana, yeah. The DMP degree. Go check it out. Go to Augusta University. Tell Dr. Kojo saying your 17-year-old's gonna be pre-med next year. Okay. Congratulations to her or him. I don't know why I read that as a her. I have a sink behind. You want me to drink that tap water? Trish, you want me to drink that tap water? All right. You must be crazy if you think I'm gonna drink that tap water. I got a little taste of it. A little taste. Yeah, a little taste. A little taste. He's a him. Guys, first accept his last day. Eee, congratulations to him. Congratulations to him. Now if you're in a good it tastes all right. Tastes all right. A firewall. What are you talking about, Cynthia? All right, so I sent the link to Emily. Let's see if we can get Emily on here. I am familiar with genetic testing. It's helpful if you can get it. Emily, come on through. What's going on, Emily?
Hey, can you hear me? Is everything okay?
I can hear you excellently. Can y'all hear Emily? TikTok, Facebook, talk to me. Jenny on TikTok, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And see Connie JJ, I really appreciate you. Thank you for this comment. I appreciate the community that we've built on YouTube. We're growing fast. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Emily, so we've never met before, like the live stream?
No, never.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yeah. I've been in a lot of your live streams, but I've never actually like done this like proper. It's pretty cool.
No, it is. And you're streaming from your brand new apartment?
I am. My brand new apartment. My bedroom, actually, because it's 11:30 at night.
Right. It's pretty late. Congratulations. Yeah. How do you feel? Is this your first apartment?
My second apartment, but my first apartment on my own. I used to live with roommates, but I had a really bad situation with roommates, so I had to move out and move back in with my parents for a while. But then I saved up enough and I found this beautiful apartment in a small town and I'm loving it.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Living by yourself is different because
it's hard. It's hard. Really hard.
What's one thing that you didn't know about living by yourself until you find yourself living by yourself?
Something I didn't know.
Right.
Definitely how hard like learning how to pay bills is.
It's
having
tough.
To manage and budget, like with my car payment, my rent, utilities, all of that stuff. It's hard to manage that for me.
Welcome to the real world. We're adults now.
We're adults now.
It's tough because you have to have the money, then you have to remember to pay it, and then you have to remember to pay it the next month.
Yep.
It's a lot.
It never ends.
No, it doesn't. No, it never ends. And online payment is your friend, but still, like.
Oh yeah, online payments. Oh yeah.
That makes it a little bit easier, I won't lie, but it's still
So
sometimes difficult keeping up with everything.
so me as a person who's had ADHD my whole life, I actually found it's a budget binder. So I got like a car payment folder. I got a rent folder, a vacation folder, and I put money in it from my tips that I get at my restaurant every week. And that goes into saving money to help me pay my bills.
Repeat that one more time. I think we can learn from that. You say it one more time.
So it's a budget binder,
Okay.
and I have different folders for different things. Like I have a car payment one, I have a rent one, vacation / entertainment, really just important stuff. And so I work in a kitchen. I get tips every week. So I take those cash tips and I budget them into different folders. So I'll put like $20 into gas, and I'll put like $60 into rent, and so on.
I like that, and it's almost kind of like a game too.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
that's super cool. That is super
My
cool.
My mom is a huge help with my budgeting for sure, and my big brother.
That's awesome. You have a community of people around you.
I try to keep a
awesome.
tight community. It's difficult, but I try.
That's awesome. And I want to see what question you have, but before that, I want to ask you a question. Last night on the live stream, I had a guy who had a breakup last year in November, and he had a lot of guilt that he was dealing with because he felt as if he let the girl down, and now the girl's with another guy, and he was fixated on that girl. And I spent some time with him, helping him realize that as long as he puts effort back into himself and focuses on himself, he can become the best version of whoever he's meant to be. And then he can go back out there and date, so on and so forth. And you've been through a similar thing. So what would you say to anybody who is going through a breakup right now and they can't really see past that ex?
Oh my goodness, that's a lot.
It is.
That's a heavy question, Kojo.
Yeah. It's a heavy question for sure. There's no wrong answer though.
Definitely just like focus.
There's a wrong answer, but I don't think you'll give me the wrong answer.
Definitely like focus on yourself, find what you really love, find your passion, like find things that ground you, things that center you. That's what really helps me when I'm feeling lost. For me, it's music. I'm playing my bass. I love playing bass. So when I'm feeling lost, I'll pick up my bass and I'll learn a new song. Or like I'll go take a hot shower and just blast music. Like self-care. Yeah, self-care in the comments. That's so important. Just ground yourself, find yourself, and see if you can. My train just derailed. I hate it when that happens.
Look, it happens to me all the time. It happens to me all the time. And it's one thing for it to happen on the stream. It's another thing for it to happen when I'm talking to a patient. I'm like, I forgot.
But no,
that's great.
You can definitely come back from it. You can definitely come back from a breakup. It's going to be really hard because the guy that I was dating, I genuinely really liked him. I did. And I thought he actually like loved me for me. And it was really hard when he broke up with me. But I found things that helped me and I came back from it. And now I'm in a band. I have an apartment, and I don't know if that answers the question or not. I kind of took a way around.
No, it does. And I'm happy to see your story because I remember when that happened and I see where you are today. And that's just confirmation that we can get better. We can get to the point where we're thriving. Like life is not meant to be something that, we're just getting by on survival mode. There's a lot of joy around us. And it's tough for us to sit back and enjoy these moments when, you're going through grief, you're going through big life changes, having to move back home with your parents, financial issues, on top of heartbreak. All these things make it difficult to just, enjoy life. Like you'll be alive and you'll be, getting from Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday, but you're not like enjoying. And to get to
Yeah.
where you're thriving, and then that's how life is meant to be lived. So I'm happy, and that's what I want for the people in my community. It's not just to watch these videos and be like, oh, okay, it'd be cool to have, improved mental health. No, it's to go out there and actually to put these actionable items into
Thoughts
play
into actions and
right
make a difference,
to get going. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean, yeah, there was a point in my life where this is just gonna tie back into your live stream that you were doing tonight with the unmasking thing.
I'm asking, yeah.
Yeah, I was so severely depressed because I was masking every day at work that
Mm.
I was drinking heavily, like a bottle of wine every day after work, and I was on the edge of the edge. But I
Wow.
had to go find myself again, and I did, and now I'm here again. I'm back, and but I don't know if that ties into your live stream or not. But
So I'm curious. Oh, no, it does. You spoke about masking and how you feel like you lost your way. How did you find yourself again?
oh my goodness. Well, I'm gonna say music again because a lot of it's been therapy through music. I stopped playing my instruments and I just lost touch with who I was. And I
Mm.
just had to re-find myself. It's been a very long journey. Honestly, it has.
Okay. And what about your friend group as you've been unmasking? Has that stayed the same? Has it changed?
Oh, it's changed. It's changed
Mm.
drastically. I have lost people that I thought were genuinely my friends that turns out they weren't.
Mm. And how'd you know that they weren't your friends? I'm very curious here.
The way they treated me, it changed drastically because I started going back to church. Because I'm in a church band now.
Okay,
I
that's
play bass
awesome.
in a church band. um,
I love
but
that.
yeah, but I started going back to church, and people started treating me completely differently, and I just
Mm.
started, like unmasking and revealing really who I am and how I feel, and people just, treated me just completely differently. And so I'm like, I don't need you in my circle.
Wow. And that's the difficult part about unmasking. The people that you thought were going to be there forever or for a long time, and having to sever those ties. Normally, the ties cut themselves. Like as you
Yeah.
unmask and as you become your most authentic self, you don't have to put boundaries up. The relationships dissolve on their own,
Hmm.
unfortunately or fortunately, because they
Yeah,
really.
I was part of a community. I'm not going to say what the community was, but it was not a good community to be a part of. But
Okay, respect.
but I was part of a community that I just had to completely cut ties with, and
Mhm.
it was toxic, and I'm in a much better place now, and yeah.
Well, I'm very happy for you. And my last question: how'd you deal with the isolation that came with unmasking? As you're looking for your new people, how'd you deal with the old people leaving your life?
Honestly, I went back to my family and I rooted myself back in my family and realized my family's not as crazy as I thought they were.
Family's all you have at the end of the day, huh?
Yep, I talked to my brother a lot. Me and my brother, we're like this. We're inseparable. I love him to bits.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love hearing that. And a lot of people, when we're talking about the unmasking part, that was early in the live stream. A lot more people were on, but I'm very happy to hear your story because this is something that a lot of us deal with. I've dealt with this, and a lot of people who are watching have dealt with the unmasking, and it's difficult when you have to ask yourself if people really, enjoy you for who you truly are. But I always say it is always worth it to pursue the best version of yourself and to do the things that bring you, like music, like big church band, like spend time with your family. And as you've done this, look at the results and you tell me which one is better. You got your own place.
Yeah.
You're not in a toxic relationship or situation. You're thriving.
I'm much happier where I'm at right now. I mean, I'm a lot more lonely, but I'm a lot more lonely, but I'm happier where I'm at. I've been doing a lot of baking, honestly, lately, because I don't have internet. So, but yeah, I've been doing a lot of baking and talking to my family and stuff like that.
And you have to understand that you're a very rich person. You got your family, you got your brother that you're close to, you have music, you have your passions. Like, what more could we ask for? Like, who has it better than us? Nobody.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
That's amazing. Like, I don't have anything else to add to that. That is amazing. And your perspective is also really good too. I feel like you're in a good position to truly take in all of the joy around you.
I try. It's so hard.
You're doing a good job. I'm proud of you. I'll say that. I'm super proud of you.
Thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot.
Yes,
yeah.
You got any questions for me?
Oh my goodness. I mean, me as someone who struggles with bipolar.
Okay.
Like, I guess my question is like, how can somebody who struggles with bipolar kind of like ignore those thoughts you get in your head, you know, like the ones that are saying things to you that are like, oh, you're not good enough, or you should go and do this and not take your meds and do this. You get what I'm trying to say? Does it make sense? It makes sense in my brain.
I think it makes sense to me as well. Let me know if I'm off base. I would say, first of all, understand that you have the bipolar. It doesn't have you. So when you're exhibiting symptoms, you have to understand that, okay, this is part of my mental illness. Okay, cool. This doesn't represent who I am. These thoughts do not represent the person that I identify myself to be or the person that I want to be. It could be a past version of myself, but these thoughts do not serve me. And when you try and fight a negative thought, sometimes it's even worse.
Oh yeah,
try to fight it.
Yeah.
If anything, let the thought come. Okay, I'm not good. Okay, all right. I've had this thought before. No, this thought is it's like you don't give any power. Okay, all right, that's fine. So this is how we feel today. Okay, cool. This is not a representation of the person that I know myself to be. Having the people around you, like your brother, somebody that you can talk to. You're having a hard day. Say, hey, bro, just one of those days where those negative thoughts, and then the people around you. And this is where the unmasking actually is a good thing, because now the people around you, you can be more confident in the relationships that you have, that these are people that really want the best for you. So you can go to somebody that's in your circle and say, oh, I've had a day and I'm not sure if I like the person that I am. They will help to remind you of the person that you are. And sometimes you just need a reminder. You just need somebody from the outside saying, oh no, like, we love you, we appreciate you. A lot of people care about you. Like, we're happy you're here. You're not this awful person. And that could be stronger than, 58,000 milligrams of Seroquel. Meds are still good, but you need people around you who remind yourself of how amazing you are. And that sometimes helps to just get all the negative thoughts away. And you have to understand that these thoughts will come back.
Oh yeah, because
that's the nature of the illness.
Because I even with my mood stabilizers, which changed my life, even with those, I still have days where I'm depressed and don't want to do anything, but I still have to make myself get up and do stuff. Like it's exhausting. It's hard because I still have to go to work. I still have to pay my bills.
Yeah, and those are things that people don't realize. Like, the worst possible day for you, like, people don't understand that. Like, a lot goes into that. Like, you're dealing with maybe issues with sleep. You're dealing with like your mood. You're dealing with how you feel about yourself. And this day could repeat itself on multiple occasions. Like, it seems like it was one awful day. No, like, this is the worst day ever, but the worst day ever was also last week Tuesday. Like, it just keeps happening. And, once you learn to accept it, and you understand that it's a part of your illness, then you don't judge yourself as much for having those days. And also when you zoom out, you're like, oh, this might not be the worst day ever. But in that moment, no, it is the worst day ever. And when it
Yeah,
happens,
in that
it's
moment,
also
it
the worst
feels
day
like
again.
the worst day ever. Yeah.
Right.
It's just like, man, can this get any worse? And then life is just like sucker punch. Yes, it can.
I was just about to say, it can get worse,
Yes,
but
it can.
it can also get a lot better. It can also get a lot
Surprise! Something fell off your car. Have fun.
no, but it can get a lot better. And mindset, medications, therapy, and you have to also realize when you're doing everything in your power to make the situation better. If you've gone to your doctors, you've gone to your therapist, you're reaching out to your support system, you put
God,
in
I
the
wish
work.
I had a therapist.
Now, I will say for people who have like a psychiatrist and a therapist, you're in the minority. Those people are God's favorite. It's not often that some type of help. You have to give yourself a lot of credit. You're doing a lot better than you think you are. You gotta give yourself some credit now. Give yourself a lot
Thank
of
you.
credit. I'm proud of you.
Thank
I'm
you.
super proud.
That really actually means a lot.
Yeah. No, look at the work. And I'm not just saying this to be like, oh, positive. Like, no, you got out of a toxic situation. You're in your own apartment. It's really hard. I saw a TikTok today that said the average person by themselves is 50 years old because of the economy. And I don't know if that's true or not, but the economy is all up and down, left and right, all over the place. So you're able to live by yourself and become. That's not something to just scoff at. That's impressive. A lot
Yeah,
of
it's hard,
work
but
when
I'm
it,
making it work.
and
I
you
had
know you're
to
doing a good job.
I had to sell my truck, my baby, my truck. I had to sell my truck just to be able to live. But hey, you got to do what you got to do.
And look, there's nothing wrong with selling a truck, selling a house, selling a watch, selling a camera, selling a game system. Whatever we have to do nowadays to survive, there should be no shame in that. And the people who are around you should applaud you for doing what you had to do to survive. I have nothing but a lot of respect for you. You're making all the right moves. And whenever you get to where you want to be, you're going to get a better truck. Like a way better. Like the economy will tank again. You'll get that same truck for a third of the price.
Oh God, I
It's coming.
wish.
Look, anytime you say I wish, understand that whatever comes after that, you can actually make that happen.
Yeah. It's just finding that truck again in that good of shape because it was a 90s one. That thing it was my baby.
Well, I promise you that there's more trucks like that out there. I can guarantee. I
Yeah,
can guarantee. Yeah,
there
but
are.
no, there are. But it's almost midnight out here. I'm about to wrap up the stream, but I want to say I'm so proud of you. I think you're doing an amazing job, and it's been an honor to be able to connect with you tonight.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for letting me come on.
Anytime, my pleasure.
Have a good night.
You too. Thank you, Emily.
Peace.
Peace. That was amazing. It's a pleasure to be able to meet Emily. You gotta give her some credit. She came out of a tough situation, and she's thriving right now. And also, look, keep this in mind, y'all. Don't make any apologies for what you have to do to take care of yourself. The economy is life is life, and let's just say that. So whatever you have to do, take care of yourself. Do not be ashamed. If anything, give yourself props. You're doing a better job than you think. Just keep that in mind. Whenever you feel bad about yourself, just tell yourself, and Diana, you're completely right. You are doing a better job than you're giving yourself credit for. So I like what Diana is saying. Emily, no, we are all proud of you. A lot of people care about you. Not only me, but everybody here in this stream. And we got some folks on TikTok as well. And you have the thousands of people who will watch this after the fact. So I want to say that part as well. All right, okay. All right, y'all. So I will be headed off. What does this mean? Starred? Okay, all right. I'll be headed off. This is a good live stream. I gotta work on doing these things a bit closer to the scheduled time, but I appreciate your attention. Thank you, every single person who came to the late night show, Dr. Kojo, and thank you to everybody who stayed as we transitioned into Ask Dr. Kojo. I hope you'll have a fantastic Wednesday. What's tomorrow? No, I Tuesday. Hope you have a fantastic Tuesday tomorrow, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of the week. I hope to be back on live stream. If not, I will see y'all next week, Monday. Peace. Take care. Love y'all. Talk to 'em.